What if I told you the greatest threat to what we love is how we love it? Picture this. You see a bird, wild, radiant, alive. Its wings slice through the sky like poetry in motion. And you fall in love with it. Not just what it is, but what it represents. Freedom, mystery, flight, moving effortlessly. But then something happens. Admiration becomes desire. And desire morphs into the need for control. And we think to ourselves, if I could just hold it, keep it, I could protect it. And so we construct a cage. What we once loved for its freedom, we now imprison for our own comfort. And slowly, we smother what we cherish. As a Zen master might say, the tighter you hold the butterfly, the more you smear its wings. So today on this episode, I'd like to discuss this need to hold something that we love, and how can we find our way to free it.
Welcome to Must I Evolve, a lecture series on spiritual growth and philosophy, presented in conjunction with No Expectations, the podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Must I Evolve, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern science, where inner work meets real-world results. I'm Andrew H. Housley, author, board-certified wellness consultant, certified holistic nutritionist, and yoga instructor with 25 years on the mat, and even more in mindful observation. This podcast is a mirror, a question, and sometimes a nudge. Today we're talking about the idea of smothering what we love, and this urge that we have to hold something that we really, really care for and love. We've all done this. Maybe it's with a person in our lives, or with a passion, with our dreams, even with our own self-image. We say we love someone's spontaneity or energy, but soon we want their schedule, or we want to change their energy. We say we love our purpose, but then we expect it only to pay the bills and never become anything else. We say we love ourselves, but only when we're having good days. But this isn't real love. It's love laced with fear. And so going back to the bird analogy, the fear that the bird might fly too far away, fear that we might be left behind, so we hold on tightly, we construct that cage, because fear builds those prisons. And in Zen, there's this saying, can you love the cherry blossom knowing it will fall? Because its beauty isn't in permanence, it's in its presence. So when we think about the cherry tree in spring, it's gorgeous, but it is very fleeting. And then in a very short period of time, it goes from this big, flowery, beautiful tree to completely undressed and on the ground in a matter of hours, it seems some days. So we have to understand that its beauty is not held within what it might be, and that we have to appreciate it in that moment. And as we continue with the bird analogy and holding on, there's a Zen fable around that as well, and where a monk finds a bird with a broken wing and nurses it back to life. Day after day, care and tenderness, and the bird heals. But instead of releasing it, the monk builds that cage. And he thinks to himself, you're safer with me. And days pass. The bird grows quiet, no longer sings, no longer moves. And the monk notices this, and then one day he opens the cage. But it's too late. The bird has forgotten how to fly. It's forgotten how to sing. And the monk weeps, not for the bird, but for what his love had done. And he says, I meant to protect you, but I ended up stealing the very thing I loved about you. And how are we doing that in our own lives? How are we doing that with ourselves? How are we doing that in our relationships? That's what this tale invites us to explore. So continuing on with the idea of how we kill the thing we love and what love really requires, I think about Oscar Wilde's quote, "Each man kills the thing he loves." We don't mean to do it, but we do, with control, with demands, with expectations, with the idea that more love somehow means more management. Think about it maybe as an artist who clings too tightly to their audience and stops taking risks with their art. Or a lover who micromanages their partner and how they might end up alone. Maybe a parent who shelters their child too fiercely and forgets to let their child live. This is the paradox, right? The more tightly we hold, the more quickly things slip away. And in Zen and Zen Buddhism, there's a pathway out with this. It's called metta, loving kindness without attachment. It asks not, how can I keep this, but how can I love this so well it feels free in my presence? Thich Nhat Hanh once said, we must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. This is not to be confused with detachment. It's devotion without demand. It's not ownership. Think about it as stewardship. It's love that expands instead of enclosing. Because real love doesn't shrink. It provides expansive growth, even when that growth takes it beyond your reach. So how do we do this? Start here. Unclutch. When the urge to grip arises, pause. When fear says, hold on tighter, breathe. When anxiety says, don't let them change, observe. Ask yourself, am I loving this thing or just needing it to make me feel whole? Because what's whole doesn't cling. It opens, it watches, it bows. As the masters say, if you let the bird go and it returns, it was yours in spirit. If not, honor its flight anyway. We're not here to cage the moment, the person, the thing, the emotion. We're not here to bottle it up. We're here to witness and watch it soar. So maybe the question isn't how to love, but how to stop letting fear build cages in the name of love. Let the songbird sing, let the wind change, let the wild things roam, and trust that love, not held in fists, but in open palm, is still love. Because the truest kind of love doesn't hold on. It lets go beautifully. Thanks for listening to Must I Evolve? Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be patient. That's the real practice. As for your next evolution, it doesn't live in who you should become. It lives in what already grows within you. Until next time, keep evolving, quietly, consistently, and always with no expectations.